Welcome back to the 38th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games here from Orlando, Florida, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. I'm Michael Caratanudo here with Bonnie Jo Laughlin. 18 USO tours. That's just barely scratches the surface of your career as she's joining me here. Basketball. She played in the media kickoff yesterday, so she's going to talk about her basketball experience on the court, which I'm glad I was talking about it and not out there as well. But basketball getting kicked off, and on all three courts we have the gold team. Oh, basketball brought to you by Invacare. Yes, you can. Invacare, they are great partners of the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, and they are the sponsor of basketball. So, yes, the gold team will be taking on Enterprise. Team Enterprise takes on Team X. I like that. They just draw for names, but Team X sounds so mean. But, all right, so, Bonnie, I got to get to it before we get to the game. Playing yesterday, the media kickoff.
Yes, it was so much fun. I actually played before in the rugby game, so I got in the chair for that, and that was pretty intense because they're banging into you and so forth. But the basketball is much harder because with the rugby you can have the ball on your lap. It's easier to kind of pass, and when you're playing basketball, like when I play hoop, I use my legs to shoot, and so you have all new respect for these guys that are able to, shoot the ball just using their upper body, which is tough. It's really hard. Good game, Sean. It was interesting. And, it's funny, you saw a lot of professional athletes who were struggling out there. I thought that was funny.
And we got to talk to Brandon Merriweather at halftime saying, man, I'm like 2 for 20 in the threes, but I got to hit one. And you're right, because last year it was my first games in Cincinnati when I tried it, and I was out there and I was close first. And, yeah, you're right, because you're strapped in and you're used to getting that push from your legs and getting that use. And, man, my first few minutes in the chair, it was eye-opening. And then
plus, you're trying to use you got to use the chair to move, So when you're dribbling down the court, it's you're doing a lot.
Yeah, and the communication, and, so it is challenging and a little different. There'll still be contact. People think, basketball and regular basketball is, yes, you were a scout for the Lakers for 12 years as well. So we know basketball is a contact sport.
Definitely. But with these chairs, it's a whole new ball game. It's pretty serious and intense. And I'm, excited to actually see these guys play because I want to see how it's really done.
Yeah, because you were moving and you said that, and
I thought I was moving fast, Michael, and then all of a sudden they go whizzing by like I'm not really going that fast.
And I wasn't saying that to make you feel it because, like I said, when I tried it, they were going by me too, and that was just warming up. But you were moving really good for being in it. But the speed that they have, and I was
I'm trying to get down court real quick, so I could already have my position, and they're like flying right by me. I'm like, damn it. But it was a lot of fun just to be able to be a part of that and to play, with our heroes. I call them heroes because they are. And so it was nice to be able to play hand in hand with them. And, you do just get to respect, what they do out here because this is tough.
Oh, yeah. You talk about a cardio workout and a shoulder workout. It's everything. And, again, it is playing bad. And there are some rugby players out there. we have Ryan Major on the gold team who's in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he was playing earlier.
Rugby, yeah. We also have, where'd he go? On Team X is the white team. Scrappy Smith. He's a rugby player as well. So, we might see a little extra contact from these from these guys. See if too many fouls get called as the gold team wins the jump ball. Ooh, and turnover there. Let's get the starting lineup for the gold team. Anthony Pone, number 2.
He's good.
Army vet, yes. He is.
When he was coming down the court, I was scared that he was going to run into me, because, everyone's like, I'll block him. I'm like, I'm not defending him. Someone else take him.
Yeah, they're trying to say to you, the chair's the equalizer. You're like, no, it's not. But Anthony Pone, who hits that shot? Well, look at that. On cue, he scores, making it 2-0. And he's on the court with number 12, Derek Trenton. Number 15 is Sean Castle. Number 10, Ryan Major. And 00, Marco Bungert for Enterprise, the gold team, and Team X, the white team.
Does your list show what branch the guys serve?
Oh, yes, I wrote down.
Awesome.
We have a ton of I learned to. I'll tell you the funny story because you haven't heard this one. So last year, again, I had to go get their jersey numbers. We actually delayed the start of the first basketball game for 2 minutes because it has their badge numbers. So like track and field, I just figured it would be across their chest or on the back of their chair where I could see it. But then with the athletic chair, sometimes some people, especially rugby, have them down low. So they have jersey numbers. So I had to get their jersey numbers. And then I forgot to ask what branch of the military they were in because I thought it would be on the sheet.
And it wasn't.
So after the first game, I keep asking everybody, what branch military, what branch military? Probably after the 50th person I asked, I went to this one gentleman, and I didn't catch myself. I said, oh, sir, what branch of the Navy were you in? And he looks up at me, and he's like, he's looking
he was
around.
Army, right?
No, yeah, he's looking around, and he goes, Michael, right? And I go, yes, sir. He goes, I'm going to take it, either somebody put you up to that or you just messed up. And I'm like, I didn't catch what I said. I was like, just ask him what branch. He goes, but if you ever ask me what branch of the Navy I was in again, I think we're going to have to play a game. And you might not like, I was like, oh, I'm like, was he in the Marines? He goes, I was in the Army, and I didn't say Army. Army, so
I knew it was Army.
and the trash talking amongst the branches when they're in battle and for something we know it's there, but I mean they're working together. But when they get on a court, whether it's adaptive games like this or regular, the trash talking is there. So yes, I did not make that mistake the rest of the tournament. It was day 2, and after that I kept saying what branch of the military. So yes, a lot of Army, a few Air Force, a few Navy guys, but mostly Army.
Mostly Army?
Yeah. Grandpa was an Army vet, 20 years, World War II and Korea. So it's, but yeah, it's great to be a part. And so, wait, is this the first year you've been out to the wheelchair games?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I have been to the Warrior Games and Invictus Games, but this is the first time I've been to these games, and I love it. I love being able to support these guys and for them to be able to have something, after they do get wounded, they're able to do something that still gives them something to look forward to and to have that camaraderie with their guys.
And to get a chance to play professionally too, because a lot of guys have been overseas.
Yeah, and some of them played in the Paralympics and so forth. So that's it's nice that these guys have this, and I know there's 140 new guys that are playing.
Novice, yes.
Yeah, the novice guys that are playing in the games this year. And how exciting is that,
And there was a woman last night opening ceremonies from Minnesota. It's her first games. She's been a vet. And usually novices, because talking to the men or women, that they might play in one event just because they want to be really good at it. But it's her first time, and she's in 5. She's like, she just jumped in, like cannonball in all the way. Yeah. So, well, first contact there, and again, you see. And they're told, I know with a lot of the courts, especially like you're talking about the Olympics, but not to move. A lot of times I know for quad rugby, I saw in Phoenix, they'll actually bring a mat to put under as they help the...
And when does someone come and help?
They usually come out right away.
Oh.
But I don't know if... Or he's trying maybe... actually he's out of his chair. So actually he can... With rugby, I know they'll with the chairs a little bit different to pop them up, but yeah, and that is number 10. That is Kevin Coleman, Army vet. That again, first contact there, and then and for people that haven't seen before, same thing with the quad rugby, but again, their legs are strapped in.
Right.
And Bonnie Jo, this is the crazy thing too, is that how last year me learning this, like a lot of these vets have the greatest stuff, but they don't have use of their core. So to be as strong as they are and do this stuff
it's
and
like
not have use of your
just
core.
Like upper body, shoulders, and back. And it's like, it's crazy actually, because there's been like I said, there's a lot of athletes that actually played in this or have gotten in the chair before, and these are like professional athletes, and they can't do it. Yeah. They can't hit a shot.
It is, yes, it is a hold, and especially the way you play defense in turn. I know said Sean Castle, who's on the court, number 15 for the gold team. He was showing Brandon Merriweather, he was like, if you try and press, and he showed how quick he could turn and flew by him in the chair before the game. And again, and
also when you're dribbling and passing, like you can't just hold the ball sometimes here because they'll just strip it right from you.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Talking to Ryan Lindstrom in the last game, he said, you get to the point where just like you said earlier, when we're playing basketball, using our legs, you don't think about, my foot needs to go here. It's just, it becomes second nature, and it does to them. And again, no limits. And now the drone's back checking out the action on the court. 2-2 the score is Michael Thomas, 0-0, got the first hoop for Team X in the white jersey. So Michael Thomas, Scrappy Smith.
And is there 2 20-minute
2 20-minute, yeah,
okay.
Thank you. See, I always forget to tell people. It's like
college
basketball.
I thought it was 4 quarters. Okay,
yeah,
so it's
no,
not.
basketball.
So it's just like college basketball, okay.
2 20-minute halves, 30-second shot clock. Ooh. Shots off there, but Yeah, so Michael Thomas, Scrappy Smith in the starting lineup, along with Kevin Coleman, again, who was able to get up off the court. Number 12 is Enrique Lopez. Number 3 is Christopher Wolf. And those are the 5 on the court for.
They've got 3 games going on simultaneously, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's again with the scheduling and all the other sports. Sometimes I think
10 is down again.
Yeah. And Anthony Poe telling him to stay in. He was going to help him up, but so now we get subs coming in. That is number 4, Latoya Adams. She is an Army vet. And also checking in at number 13, that's James Tipton. Goes by Air Force.
Air Force.
we have a few more from the Air Force, because last year, and just in the matches, in the games that I covered, didn't have too many guys from the Air Force. But yes, and it's crazy to hear how obviously people see the adaptive chairs, and I explained that before. I mean, the angle helps with balance, and
yeah, I think some people don't know that these chairs is not what they use normally. These are just the sports chairs, and they get into something else. Because some of the other events, they use their actual chairs.
Yeah. So now checking in, number 15 will be Christopher Wolf. He's also in the Air Force. No, number 15, I'm sorry. That is Jerry Wilson.
Without permission, so we had to get a 5th.
So 2-2 to score, 16-0, yeah. So 2 20-minute halves. Well, ball gets tipped, and it will roll out of bounds, be a turnover. Yeah, because when you see the chairs, and again, it's definitely helps with the, like you said, with speed too, but with balance but what they're able to do, and again, having your legs, buckled in, because again, they don't have the use of their legs, and it's again taking dribbles, not shying away from contact. And again, it's great to see again the novices out here. Ooh, as the ball goes down low, Pone
How
gets
many
it
novices
to Castle.
are in this game today?
You know what?
I'm stumping
That's
you, Michael.
you are stumping.
I'm
No,
just
that's
curious,
okay.
out
No,
of
that's okay.
curiosity, just to see,
I think Orlinda, from the gold team, Orlinda Marquez, I think this might be her first, she might be a novice.
Okay.
In basketball. Ooh, a shot there from the free throw line, right outside the free throw line. Christopher Wolf hits it. And he gets back. So 4-4 all tied up as Castle puts it up. Nice little bank off the glass there. And last year it was so weird because Sean was actually working a broadcast with me, and somebody hit a shot from the corner. I was like, oh, the jumper. I was like, man, I'm sorry. He goes, no. He goes, it's a habit for you to say that. I go, I know, because I've done. He goes, that is our jump shot. And I said, very true, very true. But yeah, just to see the contact and again, playing differently than you would, because defensively, I mean, scouting basketball, you're facing your guy up. They'll turn the back of their chair to get a better angle, but they can still see where he's going. So everything you would learn playing basketball normally is opposite this way. So what were some of your, because you said 18 USO tours, been all over. I mean, what was that like? I mean, just, again, troops, they know what they're there for, and again, it's definitely awesome, but just to kind of give them a little bit of a break as they're stuck in the middle. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was absolutely
especially the first time.
Amazing. The first time I went was when I was a cheerleader for the Golden State Warriors, the Niners, and then the Dallas Cowboys, and I went on my first tour to Bosnia with the 49ers in the middle of winter for a Christmas tour, and that was during the war as well.
Right.
So, it was amazing to be able to bring a piece of America to these guys and to be able to break up the monotony of the day, because anyone who's fought, been deployed, they know the days kind of seem to all run together.
Yeah.
It's like Groundhog Day. So when we go over there, and whether we're doing a handshake tour, which means that we're just going in and meet and greeting the guys, or if we're actually doing a full show where, I would travel with Wade Newton or Toby Keith or, you name it, a lot of people know the people who are very supportive of our troops, but go over there and do these tours where they perform, and you can really see how much it really makes a difference. And then on my own, when I went over during actual Operation Iraqi Freedom, and then during combat, and it's crazy because we would actually hear when we were sleeping, you would hear mortars going off, and you would hear, like one time we were up in the Blackhawks, and you could actually, there's some stuff that actually, you actually feel, oh, all right, this is actually.
Like we are in the middle of it.
Yeah, we are in the thick of it. But, a lot of times, besides the guys being able to see, entertainment, a lot of them really just wanted to be able to have someone else to talk to that was outside of just their normal, guys that they're, serving with. So they, a lot of them just wanted to sit there, and in the chow hall we would sit there and we would just talk, and and it was very humbling and difficult at times to say as well, because some of these guys would sit there and talk to you and just say, my buddy just got killed in action, and they would just start crying, and they just want someone to talk to. And so a lot of the guys, after I would leave from my tours, I would stay in contact with, and I'd send them care packages and be able to just be there for the all platonic, but being able just to be able to have someone that they can reach out to, because some don't have girlfriends or friends or family that they could even speak to. And one actually, a story, not to make it depressing, but one mother reached out to me and let me know that her son ended up being blown up by an IED and was killed in action. And she said that he would continuously talk about how I kept his morale going throughout his deployment. And so she invited me to his funeral, and I flew to North Carolina to actually be there. But it's the bond that you get with these guys, especially me coming from a military family. These men and women in uniform mean everything to me personally, and they are the reason why we have what we have in this great country and the freedoms that we take for granted. So for me, if I can just do something like, be able to visit these guys in the hospitals, or, be able to do, to me, which seems like, a little, sometimes can go a long way to these, for these men and women. So I always encourage more people to pay it back, and, to let everyone know that, even if you see someone in uniform or a veteran, anywhere, thank them for their service, buy their coffee, pay for their lunch. You know what I mean? It's for all that they do. We should be giving back even more.
Right. No, absolutely. And like I said, I had friends that were in Afghanistan and Iraq, and every now and then I would get a call, and I'm like, I just figured they'd be calling their family, and they would. It's not that they didn't, they would, but sometimes you're right. Ooh, his Castle on the break there gets a layup, but you figure you get just to break it up. Like you said, they're talking to me, they're asking me, I'm like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, man. Talk to me about your stuff a little more. I'm like, and I know you can't, I know you can't talk about a lot, but I'm just saying, whatever
especially
you can talk
comms,
about. Whatever you can talk about. But yeah, I get a call, and it's to hear, just I need to break it up, man. I love talking to, mom, dad, this and that, but it's like, oh, is it, you can always hear the worry, and then it's like, of course you're going to be worried, but they know what you Come on, man. We rookies, man. We don't know the game like that. They understand and respect what you signed up for, what you're doing. But, yeah, it's tough. I mean, you've been away, 8, 9, 10, 11 months, and they just want you to come back stateside at some point.
The deployments are long. I mean, especially for the armies, some of them are there over a year. Marines are about 7 months, and then the Air Force, lo and behold, they got it easy. Some of them have 3 or 4 month deployments. So the Army guys, they, the soldiers, they have it, pretty tough. I continuously, do stuff for our military. I started my own foundation called Hounds and Heroes, and we rescue dogs from the shelter, and then we pair them up with wounded warriors, combat veterans, and actually veterans as well as service and therapy dogs.
Very nice.
And then we also do equine therapy, where we have saved 26 horses, and then we do equine retreats and have veterans come out during the weekends and be able to spend time riding horses.
That's awesome.
I have a strong love and passion for our military, and I know you do as well. Yeah. So I just wish more people were like us.
and this is this is great too. Oh, nice layup there. Is way on the break was Carl Morgan as he puts it up and in, and the goal team with a 13-4 lead with 12:50 left to go. Yeah, no, it's great to be, and even
programs like
getting out
this,
here,
Paralyzed Veterans of America, what they're doing.
Right. Do you know the first basketball started in World War II because guys were in wheelchairs and they didn't know where to put them, and I think Sean was telling me last year that a lot of guys, to talk to each other, and there was they're in the hospital or they were in bigger, centers, and so they'd go down and there was a basket, so they got a basketball and started playing basketball in their wheelchairs back, in World War, because again, that was something like, well, we need to help them out, but where can we put?
Especially World War II, World War I.
Yeah. So it said what's a World War II.
I love when I meet World War II vets. Both my grandfathers served in World War II. One was actually a Silver Star recipient and Purple Heart. He was in the Bataan Death March. POW, but I met Doris, who is a World War II vet. Did you meet her? She's 94 years old. She's a nurse. She's the one who's here.
Yes, the most experienced, like they said in the opening ceremonies last night. Not the most experienced, which is awesome.
She is amazing, and her energy and spirit for 94 years old is.
That's awesome.
It's great. Yeah, whenever I meet World War II vets, I get so excited because there's not too many of them around.
Yeah, I know. My grandpa was, they said, World War II in Korea in 20 years, and it's just a generation that, and I always hear like it was, that generation, it was, that was just tough. And, I was talking to Ryan Lynch from rugby players saying, the technology even back then, like they would always say, oh, you guys got it easy. Look at this. But I mean, they know they don't, but the technology side of it. But yeah, my grandpa, and like I said, that generation wasn't big on sharing stories right away. But if I asked, as I got older, there's things he would like tell me, and friends of his that I met that were in the Army, or some in the, a few in the Navy that were in Jersey, and they come out to Arizona, and it's just the banter, the trash talking banter after they're out of a conflict or war. They're with each other, but the between branches trash talking is what always cracks me up, and seeing it in this too, because I'm sure on the court. They're hitting, pressing each other's buttons, getting a little chippy. But, yeah, it's great to see. I mean, an event like this been going on for 38 years, and the families, like the DeGasperis family, I don't know if you're familiar with them, about softball. And I got to talk to Dave last year, and, I mean, it's just his dad started it, and, like, they fund it on their own. It's like not that we don't go out and, it's not that we can't, but they, whoever wants to get involved if they want to, but they raise it all on their own, so they don't have to worry about depending on somebody not giving. Like, they're doing softball every year, and that's their thing. So it's just, like you said, anything.
I'm going to go out there tomorrow and check that at the softball.
I will see you there.
Okay,
we'll be there all the. Yeah,
good,
we're doing softball, so.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
17-4, the goal team with the lead, and I am teasing Sean right now because he said you were here to look out for him, so I didn't talk too much trash. Last year, he did say that they had a good chance. I say he's like, if we did, because I did go to Arizona State. I'm a Sun Devil. I was teasing him about Alabama during the Expo and how they probably get away with cheating and stuff because college football banter.
College
talk
football,
a little trash.
Especially college football.
Exactly.
With the powerhouse schools.
Yes. So I said, somebody said, you went to Bama, and I walk up, I'm like, oh, hey, I hear you're like me, War Eagle, and he looks at me when I just met him because I knew it, and he's like, what?
That's like a bad word.
Oh, it is. And I've been to Birmingham and to Tuscaloosa, so I do know that.
I didn't recognize it.
Okay. Wow, no timeout, but so he said if they didn't win it.
How many timeouts do they have?
I want to say each team has.
Is it 3?
3 or 4 per half.
Okay.
I'll get clarification. I thought it was 3. I think it is 3 per half. So I told him if they didn't win, I said, okay, well, does that mean I get to name your team next year? He says, oh, sure. And I said, okay, cool. And I told Jeff DeLeon, who unfortunately couldn't make it this year, who plays basketball, that I was naming him the War Eagles. So that's the only time I'll say it because I know you'll tell him I picked on him. And look at that. He must have heard it. Got all mad and gets the hoop right there out of the inbounds play there.
Timeout, White.
So 19-4, White gets a timeout that they were looking for. And Invacare again, man. Invacare, they're sponsoring basketball, but talking to Stu over at Invacare, he gave us some time yesterday. They helped fix the wheelchairs, and he said even a lot of participants that fly to these games again because he goes, you think you have issues with your playing the luggage. He goes, sometimes the
Right.
chairs, he goes, and it's not that they're just throwing them around, but he goes, it gets moved around. It's a plane. It's bumpy. It's going to happen. He goes, so we got to fix them here. So I asked him, I go, what about at the game? So he goes, I love the participants. He goes, but man, he goes, power soccer, so they don't take it easy on each other. They fly into each other, the chairs. He goes, so they're
I was watching
fixing them.
some of the power soccer. Yeah.
They don't, none of them,
I know.
and you don't, it's not like when I've done this last year, I expect them to take it easy, like I was saying to you, but it's one of the things where they're trained not to lose. Like, that's my favorite line from Transformers in the movie, and I told the guys last year, I go, it's one of those things where you're competitive fire, like, you're in the military, you're trained not to lose. And, like, I think of Transformers when Josh Duhamel slammed John Turturro down, and John Voight looks at John Turturro and goes, I would tell him what he wants to know because these boys are trained not to lose.
Right, yeah.
But it's true. I mean, having friends, and I know it's a movie and you say that side, but I mean, having friends in the military, what they could like talk about. I mean, there is no quit, and that's why when an unfortunate injury like this happens, to get involved in these games, and yeah, you wake up the next day, and I mean, I know I talked about it with Ryan and even Sean last year about how it's kind of like, yeah, you have family there, like you said, to support you, but you wake up and you're kind of like. You're not alone, but you feel alone. You're like, this is what am I, I was in the military. This is what I was doing. This is like my life has now drastically changed. But they get involved like this. They get a chance to play professionally. I mean, playing in games like this and guys, starting stuff in their own community to make it easier for people that are around, vets that are around, and to get involved. And like I said, just whatever they can do. And then you see the skill level and the talent. And yeah, they mix up with the ratings or the level, the class ranks, because again, 0.5 being the lowest, meaning you have the least use of extremities.
Yeah, the 1 through 5.
And
I remember Sean telling me that.
So 3.5. So 0.5 being the lowest, 3.5 being the highest, and so that's how they mix the teams up. You have a balance of each, and for rugby, like I said, each person has to play 8 minutes, and in basketball, each participant has to play 10. So it's again, getting involved in. As anything else, the more you play, the more you get involved when you're not here and practicing, and trying to get involved in more, and that's what makes it them even again, they're bonding, but a strong community too, and to get out there and I tell people when because I had seen some adaptive sports before too, not just on TV, but been out to wheelchair games, and I'm like, man, like they just, and not all of them were vets, but it's that same attitude, like I don't care, like you're gonna get in my way, and or like in our case, you can't keep up. Well, that's fine with us. See you later. Because I couldn't when I was out there. I tried a few times, and I was just happy to get a shot off, and it went in the basket.
Right, just moving though.
Yeah.
Is what, down the court and then trying to shoot, because then you kind of tire yourself out from moving.
Yeah. And I mean that's why like Ryan Major, number 10. For Enterprise, the gold team. I mean, he played 2 rugby games.
I know. I'm shocked that he was in this game as well.
And Scrappy as well.
And he actually, Major, I saw him. He was he's in the Invictus games for rugby and basketball.
Nice.
He was there. So
that
dual athlete.
Yeah, that jumper went in, and also same thing for Scrappy Smith, number 1 for the white team. He played. He's a rugby guy. As he, on cue, of course. See, they hear us talking about him, and they just go to the ball. Thinking about the 3. Ooh, tries to go down low. Able to keep possession. Ooh, the nice pass, quick shot, little short. Pone gets the rebound. And they're trying to run. Sean told me they were going to try to get out and break if they could.
On the fast break.
And
I remember Sean screaming out, fast break. I'm like, if you think that I'm going to go any
you're like, does it not look like I'm moving to you?
I'm like, I'm trying.
I am moving fast. I know. Man, tough crowd. I mean, tough crowd.
Yeah.
No. But it is great to see, again, the camaraderie. And, again, a lot of these guys play. They might be playing against each other now, but play with each other on teams and national teams and getting ready. So, again, there's so many avenues. And that's what I was saying earlier, too, is that how the Kids' Day
I'm so excited for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's why I'm staying through Wednesday. I was supposed to leave today, and Sean really wanted me to be able to talk to the kids and meet them tomorrow, so that's why I'm staying. And I'm so excited to meet these kids. I heard that's one of the best parts of the week. I was thinking we were doing a basketball or a rugby game last year in Cincinnati, and I looked over, and you see the things they have up, and Jeff DeLeon, who I was talking about, who's not here, he was working. But one of the kids, they all had, helmets on. But one of the kids had a Spider-Man helmet on, and his personality.
And
because they're going to play. So Michael, go through. For Kids Day tomorrow, they actually will set up obstacle courses in different games for these kids to play, right? With the athletes.
What they'll do, they'll go through it and they'll show them, and again, a little bit easier than what they would go through.
Right.
What they would go through, but and
these are all kids in wheelchairs.
In wheelchairs, and that weren't vets, but
of course.
But the thing, and I say that because for people that last year when I was talking about it and I'm looking over, it's such a weight, and I was when I was talking to Ryan Lindstrom, I was saying that it's such a, you could just see some of the parents smile because they're happy to see their kids doing it, but a lot of parents, for some reason, the kid ends up and they're looking for adaptive sports, and sometimes they have to dig a little bit, and they're like, man, I feel bad because their friends are playing, starting to play t-ball and baseball, but then it was just you could almost see the parents exhaling that were there
because now that they can be involved in a team
and they see how competitive you can be, and it's like, you can win, and you might fall down and get hurt, but you get back up.
These kids who are born into this, and they don't know anything different, right? So.
And you'll see it tomorrow. Someone just have the most, like I said, the kid with the Spider-Man helmet, he loved, obviously, comics and stuff like that, and he had his Spider-Man helmet. And it's like, and I was saying to Ryan Lynch, it's tough to say, say all the kids are awesome. He goes, but I think it was Jeff's favorite. I go, because I could look over and I saw him working with him, but it's so much personality in the kids. But just to see the parents get involved, and it's like that, again, like I said, that kind of just exhale, there are great things that we can do, and there are great things that, and again, because you're right. I mean, unfortunately, if they were born with it, it's like, man, but that's all the kids ever know. So that's, kids are always going to be resilient.
But it's nice that they don't feel excluded, I'm not going to be able to ever do anything, And Joey Logano, who's going to be joining me tomorrow as well, a NASCAR driver, who's coming
so he is coming, because I heard that. I didn't know if he'd be able to. Well, I heard his name mentioned, but I didn't hear anything confirmed. But he is going to be here.
Yes.
See, look at that.
Yes,
Bonnie Joe breaking it. I love it. That's why I'm happy here. Look at that, breaking the news.
So he'll be here tomorrow for Kids Day.
Nice.
And be able to interact with the kids and play and do all that stuff, which is nice to be able to see that he's giving back to. He's a good guy, and I like him even more now. It's funny when you're a fan of a certain someone who's an actor, actress, or athlete, but then you really have a whole new respect when that they give back and do something for the community, because not all of them do.
And it's like my grandpa used to say, because I don't care if you have millions and millions of dollars in your bank account one day. He goes, you put your pants on just like everybody else. And he said, you know what?
And there's some really rich people.
If you can't donate your time, he goes, you know what? He goes, you don't always have to give money, but he goes,
you can do stuff on boots on the ground and help.
Be involved and he goes, just be in the moment, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but be in the moment and just enjoy it. Listen to, like you said, talk, listen to him, because he's like...
It's all about giving back. If you are any type of person with a platform and you don't give back financially or volunteer, to me, I don't care what you do, you're a disgusting human, and that's just my opinion. I don't care how pretty you are. If you have an ugly heart, you're an ugly person, you know? So I'm all about... you're put on this earth to make a difference, and if you're fortunate enough to be blessed with some, physical ability and different things, you should be paying it forward to those who aren't as fortunate.
Right, exactly. No, and again, as my grandpa said, he goes, you know what? If you have a lot of money, you have stuff tied up and you can't give. He goes, time will mean more. Your time will mean more to them. And he goes, you know what? But it'll probably end up meaning more to you, because you're going to hear their stories. It's going to touch you. And you know what? You've made a friend. He goes, no one is ever too, big or too. He goes, you're never too big for anyone. And again, you're right. If you can't, you can always donate time. I mean, people always say, "Oh, I'm busy." Until I've told all my friends, I
don't think there's people that are busier than me. I don't even have time to sleep. I've been in 3 states in 5 days.
Nice.
Like literally, all 3 of them have been charity things, and plus me working and being on the road as much as I am. You can always find time. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, that's what I tell my
weak
friends.
Excuse.
I go, unless you're become the president of the country, and I said it's not a political argument. I said, but if you become the president of some country, any country, then you're too busy to talk to me. I get that. I said, but until then, you're not too busy to send a message to somebody, return a call, or anything like that. So yes, that's Bonnie Jo and mine's PSA for the day. But yes, you can always find time, and again, it's just And yeah, sometimes it's tough. You might have to reschedule, come out maybe to another event. But yeah, if you're going to be there, that's what my grandpa always say, be present. If you're going to be there, be present.
Right.
So 25-6 the score of the gold team. Again, got a little more maybe experience with the hoops as we get substitutions. So see Ryan Major playing the defense there on Michael Thomas. Ooh, and he gets a nice little screen. Oh, nice pass down low. And the hoop is up and in.
Sean's coaching.
I know, you can hear him. Again, if you are checking us out, but wheelchairgames.org/live-streaming.com. I know it's a little bit, but wheelchairgames.org/live-streaming.com. And again, we had rugby today. We'll have more rugby coming up. We got swimming coming up this week. We got slalom, more basketball.
Slalom, I'm curious to see that. I'm kind of excited for that.
Yes, that is, again, what they do without the use of their cores. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it's beyond phenomenal because that course and the Super G too. I mean, the Super G's on Saturday, so I know you won't be over the Super G. But see, you have the website now.
I heard that it's so I can watch.
We'll be live streaming the Super G, so you can watch that. But yes, yeah, and just to go through that, I mean, I said I might try. One of the guys said, "Oh, I should try it this year," because they wrapped up the course and I had to get to the basketball or the rugby championship broadcast. Ooh, turnover down low. But yeah, if he's here and he remembers, I might be trying it, and I don't know how far I'll get, Bonnie Joe, but I'm sure everybody will get a great laugh out of it.
Yeah, so, I want to see the Super G because so there's 22 events, I guess, is what Sean told me earlier. That's a lot of events.
Yeah, and I know I think.
Did they add?
I don't know if I think table tennis got added this year.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's table tennis.
Yeah.
Which a lot are, and it's funny because I challenged Ryan Lindstrom challenged me. I'm like, I am table tennis. I'm pretty good. Like, he goes, I'm unbeaten. I said, okay, well, I'll sit down and play with you, but I'm just telling you right now, when I work you, just don't get. You can keep, as the hoop goes up and in.
So they make it look easy when they shoot,
got
right?
the rebound one hand. I know.
And, like, no effort. When I was trying to shoot, there was a lot of effort going on in the chair.
Again, for being in the chair and not playing as much as
I'm so much better at wheelchair rugby.
Okay.
Because when I played, I was like, I'm not saying I'm great, but I was.
Right. But you're like, you guys want
with basketball.
You can set a lot of screens in rugby.
Yeah.
You can set a lot of playing defense, keeping people in the corner.
And the chairs are a little different though in the wheelchair rugby.
So 3:20 or 3:15, I should say, left to go here in the first half. 25-10, the gold team leading, and a little bit of contact there.
They call a lot of fouls. I thought maybe they would be.
Oh, no. They let them get away with the teeny bit. I picked this up last year.
I thought it'd be, I don't know. You know what I mean?
They get away with the teeny bit.
Because they were really easy on us yesterday.
So, yeah.
So I thought that maybe, and I don't know, I just didn't think they would be calling as many fouls. They call a lot of fouls.
Or I guess you could say the Pro-Am game, celebrity Pro-Am game.
Yeah.
You have the pros and the amateurs. And yeah, but it's moving pretty well as the gold team has possession, is inbounding it. That is number 4, Laverne Anderson.
See, and dribbling and pushing is hard.
Yeah. And because, again, it's like with the wheels, obviously, if you don't bounce, it's like rowing. If you don't have somebody bounce out on the other side, you're going to turn. So they'll put the ball in their hand, get the rotation.
And the minute I would get the hang of dribbling, someone takes it from me, comes flying by.
The hoop is up and in.
Sean's a good cheerleader, huh?
Yeah. 25-12. But again, they got to play back-to-back games because because obviously of all the, like you said, events going, like we're talking about, events going on. So they'll actually play the next game, and I don't know who they're taking on, but they'll be.
So is there okay? So how do they do that? Of who plays against who now?
Well, I think. One's taken on 2, 3's taken on 4, 5 will take on 6, and then 7 takes on 8.
Got it. And then is there an elimination round or no? Or how?
Yeah, it goes off of wins. So it's not like full elimination. So yeah, you'll play, and then on the championship day, because there might be, so everybody I think will play today and Thursday.
Got it.
And then, but yeah, everybody will play today, Thursday, but then
they'll start,
the championship game
okay.
will be Saturday. So yes, it goes off the wins and the wins and losses. But yeah, it's great to see the crowds out here, and it's again the skill it takes, and again the novices. I mean, just learning, but they get out there and just get out, get in the mix. I always just say, set a screen. Even playing regular basketball, just don't worry about taking a shot right away. Set a screen.
Right.
Get in the flow of the game.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's how, I mean, whatever. You scout, you know more than I do. But I'm just saying, like, my theory was just set a screen, pass the ball, get moving, and then kind of get in the flow of the game. But
that's what I was kind of doing, just trying to be active in the paint, kind of do something, feel like you're doing something.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, you're just kind of rolling around.
You're like, I'm open. Nobody's getting me the ball. Ooh. 120
what's coming up on the half?
Yeah, 120 left to go, 25-12. Enterprise, the gold team, leading over Team X in the white jerseys. As we get is it a timeout? Oh yeah, it was a timeout. It's a point of turnover, but actually it was a full timeout. So wow, 3 states in 5 days, huh?
Yeah, I've been nonstop. I barely sleep. I get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep every night.
Yeah,
max.
Well, and coming from west to east, I mean the 3 hours.
But this is like
ahead.
every night. I'm
right.
like always.
Oh. Well, no, I mean I haven't.
And now I don't even know what time it is or what day it is. But
nice. That's always the best way to go through the summer, or just in general.
Right.
But yeah, no, yeah, coming from Phoenix again, it was.
Well, you know the 3 hour time change.
Working
and then when everyone's like, all right, time to, call it a night, you're still up, but then you got to be up early. So
yeah, first 2 days
I think
are always
it's much
tough.
easier to be able to do West Coast from the East Coast than the other way.
Oh, of course.
Especially if you have an early morning the next day.
Oh yeah, yes.
In 3 hours, you don't think it's a lot, but it is.
Yeah. Oh no. When you time zone hop, it's always interesting. Yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. here first night for some reason, which is only 1 in Phoenix. Which was like, would I have still been up? Probably not. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all right because they're here competing. So, and it is again great event to be a part of the 38th edition of the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, and co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. Mike Danik, wonderful director, connoisseur, man of many traits with us. Abby Hosey on camera. Along with Bonnie Jo Laughlin and Michael Caratanudo. And the best part is the athletes here, as they are, again, the vets. I just love, again, like talking to them outside the game, hearing some stories and the banter.
Ooh.
Contact. So 60 seconds left to go here in the first half, and we get a foul. A little bit of a push, and getting 2 shots will be Kevin Coleman.
A little trash talking now.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. Coleman will get 2 shots. First one is up and in. Oh, off the front of the rim, and that'll be gold ball. One minute left to go here in the first half. 25-13 lead for Team Enterprise as Carl Morgan brings it up the court.
Hey, get back on defense. Hey, get back. Hey, shooters got ball left. Hey, watch yourself. One behind you. There you go.
As Laverne Anderson turned it over, and now Michael Thomas Oh, look at that dish. Oh, rolls around the rim for LaToya Adams. Ben drops. Well, making it 25-15. 30 seconds left to go. Nice. Nice screen there by Anderson.
Hold it for last shot. Hold it for last shot.
And they got
I'll count it down for you. You're good. I'll count it down for you. You're good.
Coach Castle wants him to take the last shot.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh,
Oh, a left-handed shot. Halfway down, bouncing around the rim. Oh, well. Threw it towards the hoop, but the halftime score, 25-15. The gold team leading. Man.
how long's the halftime?
We have a few minutes. We're going to step
Oh,
aside.
that's it? Oh, okay.
No. They got I don't know. I don't think
Oh,
it's a full 20 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, not a full 20.
I needed it after I played yesterday.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. The 38th National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. I thank Advocare for sponsoring basketball. We'll step aside. 25-16. Enterprise leading over Team X.
And I think everybody on that team's played. Starters sat almost the whole half. Yeah, that's a rule. That's a rule I don't know, and I don't worry about it. Gold ball is what I've got. Yeah.
Gold ball, gentlemen.
Yeah, because we did. We had a jump ball.
Gold ball. Going the other way now this half.
Why do you make me dislike you? I want to like you. Help me, help you, help me like you, okay? Because right now, it's hard. Hey, y'all, get some shotgun out too. Hey, shotgun, quickly. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I didn't tell him that I saw
Yeah, only one here. Listen, I was rooting for you. I saw you guys another coach coming, right?
Where you guys at?
We should be, let me check. We should be good. I mean, we should be really good because we run most of the players off.
It's 7. What?
First one, the only first one is 7.
7. I don't think the first one is 10. We're rolling. I wonder why I was.
Let me know, Dan.
I wonder why I was moving for a while there. I'm carrying this freaking thing around.
Time and a half right there. They know ready to go on.
10 minutes. 5 and
About 5 minutes. About 4 minutes.
What, you want more time than 10? You want more than 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because my buddy gave me a camera to use, so he didn't put media in it. So I have to run back to my room and get a car and come back. I'll be here. I just I'll be here. This is a nice day.
Ball start left side. Hey, goal. Hey, goal. Hold that line. Ball start left side.
I thought once you reach the ball, truck line. I always thought once you reach the ball, you were caught wrong. I guess so. Now, if you're on the lane, yes, you can go on the release. If you're a shooter or a player outside, you have to remain behind the line, behind the group. I just cannot. What do you got left?
Go it up! Go it up! Here we go! Here we go!
1 minute, Sean.
Back here for the second half, the 38th National Veterans Wheelchair Games, the 38th installment. This is so much fun. As NVWG bringing you basketball, as I learned so much during halftime.
And
thanks to
Michael
Bonnie Jill, because
learned
she is
how
awesome.
to work Instagram.
Yes.
Because Instagram just launched yesterday, and it's a very new
Wow.
social media
and she
platform.
says, I was trash talking. She throws me under the bus to Sean
It's
Castle.
a
I
new
said
platform
one thing.
for if you guys
Yes.
don't know, Instagram or IG, and how you can put photos on there and tag people.
Yeah.
It's a whole new experience.
Absolutely.
So if you have need any help, you can ask Michael.
Yes, now I
assist you in
can.
that.
Thank you. Yes, because some people are just way cooler than me, and if you can tag just like you can, because Facebook bought Instagram, so yeah. Bonnie Joe's giving me a hard time as usual. Yay! God, it feels like we've known each other
It's a
for
whole new
years. Part of my
experience.
family already. Did you talk to my family somehow in the last day or two? I know you're
I
traveling
gotta
a lot.
post that one too. I can even teach you. There's something called Instagram Story.
That I've heard of. Those I've heard of.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of, but yeah.
You've heard of it, but do you know how to do it?
No, but that's I post stuff, Facebook, Twitter. I'm good at the tweeting. I'm good at tagging people on
Are
Facebook
you though?
and Twitter.
I don't know this. Is there proof?
I don't put. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you can. I'll
All
show you the
right.
Twitter at Diablos00. Go Sun Devils. At Diablos00. But back to the action now. The important stuff on the court as Enterprise, the gold team, up 25-13 over Team X in the white jerseys. As Marco. Oh, look at that. Marco Bunger back in the game. Puts it up and in, making it 27-13. So Marco Bunger, Sean Castle, Derek Trenton, Ryan Major, and Anthony Pone on the court for the gold team.
Starters.
The starters. Yeah, that's right. It is the 5 starters back on the court now for Team X. James Tipton, George Jackson. Tipton number 13, Jackson number 11. Number 14 is Richard Robbins. Number 3 is Christopher Wolf. And number 15 is Jerry Wilson on the court for Team X. Yeah, so by the end of the night, I will be Instagram savvy, thanks to Bonnie Joel. She's rocking it for me. I will probably have.
And I think you actually put one post up already. No, I don't know if you did that, if you've gotten that far yet.
Yeah, no, our
Look
picture.
Yeah, but did you actually?
Because you took my phone, so.
Oh, you
yeah,
did
see?
it. But did you actually put stuff? Did you actually write something?
Yeah, see?
Oh, good.
Yeah,
All
see?
right. No emojis.
I know how to.
Okay, you can work to
Yeah, I don't need it. I mean, I'm
But
big
you
on
got-
emojis.
yeah, but IG,
You know what
you
I'm
gotta put
addicted
more
to
emojis.
is Bitmoji.
Oh, yeah.
Bitmoji. See, I can't stand texting a lot, but it drives my friends crazy because you can answer anything with a Bitmoji.
I know.
Any question
You
can be
say,
answered with a
okay,
Bitmoji.
Yes.
For
no,
sure,
yeah.
or maybe yes
Whatever.
or no, maybe not. Want to get lunch? Anything on a Bitmoji, and it drives my friend. They can't stand Bitmoji. I can't stand texting, so now I'm winning another battle.
Yeah, Bitmoji.
Bitmoji rocks.
It is fun.
Just like these vets out here. Again, the jump shot a little short there. See, I was already Twitter and Facebook savvy, but now that I learned how to upload my pictures and turn it on.
Yeah, now this is good. But all it took, folks, was to enable photos.
One of my friends already liked the photo.
Wow.
2 of my friends already liked the
there
photo.
There we go. Do you see? I'm getting you friends, too.
Well, they were already friends on Instagram. But,
Okay, all right.
Oh, that hurts now. That's a low blow. I was going to see if she wanted to hang out with us later, but that's it. I guess I'm not cool enough.
You have 2 friends now.
Oh, well, no, I already had them, but that's
Okay.
okay. They liked the photo. See, they liked it. Ooh.
And I'm still trying to post mine.
29-13. Gold team leading. Nice. Wow, look at all these likes I'm getting thanks to Bonnie Joe. Look at this. Man, 29-13 the score. As, again, it's always educational here at the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. But man, and you know, just to hear the stories of their families too. You know, we didn't touch on that before earlier too, because it's awesome. I mean, a lot of the, like I said, Scrappy Smith. He actually is a newer father. His son was born in December, and he was playing rugby.
Oh,
I saw his
wow.
son Duran, which I wonder if he's playing in this. I wonder if mom's here, or maybe Duran was taking a nap. I don't know. Well, no, it's 7:40. Maybe it's close to his bedtime. I don't know. I don't see her. But yeah, so Scrappy has a son. His son Duran, who I was trying to get on the broadcast for he goes, oh, he'd probably just scream. I go, well, if he's screaming at his dad, that's okay. Ooh, his Pone puts that up. Ooh, look at that. Gets the home court
that was
roll.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I know no way that's going to go through.
So, 31-13 the score. Gold in control. And like you made
The talent seems a little lopsided on these teams, huh?
Yes.
How do they pick the teams? Do you know?
Well, that's what it goes by their level. So
That's-
and you
oh,
balance it
we're
out.
talking-
So what
okay.
happens is so you'll have.
But doesn't the gold team seem way better?
They seem like they've played together a little bit.
Yeah,
So
exactly. They seem they've played together.
Yeah. So I mean.
And they just picked these teams today, right?
Well, after yesterday, when they check in and they go
Right.
through the, you know, obviously what they said to what number their class is. So again, 3.5 is the highest. I don't think we have any 3.5. Well, it was listed on the rugby like what it was, but yeah. So again, 3.5 the highest, 0.5 would be the lowest.
See how fast Sean just went down?
Man, yeah. Well, so they're taking their time now, but a 30-second shot clock. They're up 33-13. As Anthony Pone is thinking about the shot, puts it up. Ooh, off the glass, no good. And the rebound comes over to Richard Robbins. As he'll try to get the Team X. And I was teasing Scrappy, though. I said, I don't know. I go, you and both Ryan Major might have a rugby flashback and go at each other, but they haven't. He's laughing. He goes, I go, no, you guys will both do it to somebody else. Ooh, a little collision there with Anthony Pone and Scrappy Smith. Pone with the ball, gets it down to Sean Castle. Ooh. So substitution in, as checking in is Darius Jones. As Ryan Major will come to the sideline. So 33-13 the score, 14 minutes left. So where are you going? Are you going home after this, or are you hitting another state?
I go home and then I am on the road again 2 days later. So not too. I got 2 days.
Nice.
that
2
I
days to exhale.
Get to relax.
Very
Are you heading
nice.
back to Phoenix?
On Sunday. We're here the whole week.
Oh, you're here the whole week.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said you could
That's
check out
nice.
the Super G on
Yeah.
Championship Saturday.
I don't even know anything about the Triple G. Just that it's really cool.
Whoa. Oh, you know what? That's got to be the.
Good. It's a blown tire or fine.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an air rifle.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was the air rifle
I thought it
competition
was
or the
an
air pistol
rifle too, but
competition.
they
I
said
wasn't
it was
worried.
A blown tire.
Yeah.
That's actually really loud.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't worried about that.
Did you see everyone get
Everybody
scared? Do we go and read the tape?
Yeah, I just turned around. I thought it was. I'm like, where's
I
the
thought
air
it was
rifle
an air,
going on?
I thought it
Yeah,
was an air rifle too.
Great minds
But I
think
know the
alike.
air rifle's a little not as loud, but it still seemed like, yeah. Yeah, that was kind of loud.
Yes, it was.
Why did he look at you and I right away and go, everything's okay? I'm like,
It was
we're
like,
fine.
it was just a blown tire. I'm like, I just looked back. 'Cause I thought it was another event. I'm like,
I think
cool.
he thought we thought like shots fired.
Yeah,
I'm like,
loud
"Oh,
noises.
I know what that sounds like. That wasn't it. Oh, wait, now you're trying to get Instagram savvy. What are you doing over
No,
there?
I just I already got a lot of likes. I'm kind of a big deal.
People know me.
People know me. Yes, the movie with some of the best
One-liners ever. Yes, I agree. I still use them, even though Anchorman's been like. Gone.
They're timeless.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like an Italian parent right there, like to a T. It'd be shut your mouth, and then they'd ask you a question. It's like, which one is it? Because if I open my mouth, it could be bad for me.
Yeah, Wedding Crashers is a good one too.
Epic.
But there's nothing like Anchorman and Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah, some stuff
Go
can't
after
say on
yourself,
the
San
air.
Diego.
Yeah. He will say anything. Who put the question mark on there? He will read everything on the teleprompter. And you having done sports as well. I mean, I've done teleprompter
it's
work,
so
and it is funny because, and that's why.
But I do know some people that I've worked with that will read everything. And when you're really not supposed to, you're really supposed to be a sense ahead so you can know what you're going to be, But
that's why you have script and Freddie, because you kind of look down at teleprompters.
Right.
Like, to me, teleprompter was always
I don't like
backup.
teleprompter
I don't
exactly
either.
because I just I don't like to ever
because
completely
people
read off of it.
Yeah, you
I
just
like
get too.
There's no emotion.
Yeah. It's like looking down is
But
okay.
That's true.
Like Walter
He'll read
Cronkite.
anything off the teleprompter.
Right. Did you ever see, what was that, Good Night and Good Luck, that George Clooney had directed with the Edward R. Murrow movie, which he did in black and white?
Oh, yes. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Like old school, like how they would look down.
Yeah.
How, Cronkite, Edward R. Murrow.
Yeah.
I mean, teleprompters came in and
it's supposed to guide you a little bit. That's it. But some people really use it.
Oh, they can't. It's like if you took it away, they'd be like,
I know.
Jay Russell. Where you at, Jay Russell?
Yeah,
One of my friends, I called him Meat because he was doing stuff on prompter, came out and did some sports stuff with me for the junior college. Oh, this will be easier than prompter. I nicknamed him 27 takes, and you could probably figure out why it took it. Yeah, he couldn't get a stand-up out. It took him 20 because I'm like, well, you want a teleprompter?
He's so used
and he
to
was
that.
like, I'm never going to talk trash about it to you again. I said, I thought so.
Yeah, people don't realize when you see someone do a stand-up, especially a long one, and there's no prompter, it's really hard.
Well, his wasn't long. He couldn't get a name out, and then he's like, "Well, I don't need to do this." I go, "No, it's for the show. You need to do it." I was getting joy out of. The three-pointer up and in. Ooh, 37-13. 38-13. Pardon me. Gold team in control. Speaking of sports, it's all right. I got you here. It's tough to pick, but what are your? I'll give you two instead of one. What are your two favorite sports movies?
Hoosiers.
Yeah. See, you're good.
I mean, that's a classic.
You're good.
Right?
The music gets you every time. It's just the music too.
And don't you think it's just
story?
It's just a
yeah,
classic.
absolutely. Well, Gene Hackman's great, but yeah,
my
absolutely.
Gosh. God, and then for the second one.
You know what? I'll be nice. I'll say three. So Hoosiers, and then your second one would be.
And I know maybe it's not considered like sport, but I love all the Rocky movies.
Oh, absolutely. It's boxing. We were just talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, but how some people, well, it's not real, like a real story. But I don't know. I love all of the Rockies. Did
you see Creed?
Oh, yeah. And the next one's coming out November 18th. Huh. Don't say, do I know Creed?
Did you see? I said, did you see Creed? How do you know?
The second one's coming out November 18th, and I'm so excited about that. And you know what the second one's about, right? Where
he fights Drago's son.
Yes. Okay. Now, when I was growing up, I wanted to marry Dolph Lundgren. Drago. If he dies, he
$10 million for 35 words?
I will break him.
Ooh, yeah, I must
that's
break you.
That's one of my favorite is
yes.
if he dies, he dies. And don't you think that's one of the best Rocky IV?
Oh, yeah.
With Drago?
I mean, I love the first
Russian.
one. The first two, like,
of course,
I definitely.
But something about the Russian and just because of the time
and plus
period.
the training scene. Like how Rocky was getting ready, even though, like, in Russia, the snow and.
Yeah, and he's carrying the big tree and everything, like going through the snow, and it was called USSR. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about.
It was still the Cold War, and going to fight him in Russia. But yeah, I must break you. But yeah, Creed, Rocky V, I know gets picked on, and again, it was a little light. But Rocky Balboa came back strong, and then of course,
so I love
Creed.
all the Rockies.
Yeah,
and then God, when it comes to another one, I love Bull Durham. And then for baseball ones, I like. trying to think of all the ones that I like, but Field of Dreams is great.
Yeah.
A League of Their Own with all the
Oh,
girls.
Tom Hanks was epic in that.
I mean, that's a
Epic.
good one, right? And then
Yeah.
football, I like Remember the Titans,
Titans.
because the little girl reminds me of how I am when I was little.
I stayed with Coach.
Yeah. And then you go back to football. I love Rudy too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah.
that's kind of a classic.
I'm with you on Hoosiers. I'm with you on.
I mean, I'm kind of throwing out a lot. 'Cause there's so
Yeah.
many that I like.
No, I
you
know. It's tough to narrow it to 3, but if I were to go like 3 that I had to watch, Hoosiers, I'm definitely right there with you. Miracle,
Oh,
just
nice.
because.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, that again, it's another time, the time that we were in, and it did mean it was so much more than. And granted, I mean, I was told I was in front of the TV the whole time.
That
I
was a great movie.
Yeah, Miracle. I mean, and to use all the original footage from Al Michaels' calls and
Right.
Ken Dryden
Yeah.
and just, I mean, that was just Miracle. And
You don't like the Rocky movies?
I love Rocky.
Okay.
I know I do. I love Rocky. And again, but so I'll cheat too. I'll go more than 3. If I had to, I'd probably go Rocky 3 too, just because Mr. T was
Yeah. Mine's Rocky 4.
nasty.
You go Rocky 3.
But I mean, yeah. Because I would have a Rocky marathon with you. I have no problem doing that. Like
I
that'd be
feel like
awesome.
there's other movies we're forgetting. Because I'm on the spot now. I'm wondering.
But remember the Titans. I'm totally with you.
How great is that movie?
It's just again the climate we were in. Cheesy ones, I'd go with Varsity Blues, because my high school coach kind of reminded me of that. John Voight was epic in that.
Cheesy ones, I would have to go with Charlie Sheen, the Cleveland Indians.
Major League.
Thank you.
That's not cheap. The original one, the first one was the guy.
But it is pretty.
Yes, there's part like Willie Mays Hayes.
Okay, so people are saying the best movies. They're saying Caddyshack.
Oh well, that's always going to be a classic.
Hoosiers, Major League, and Caddyshack are some of the.
Right. Remember the Titans. Miracle. Oh yeah.
The
absolutely.
Natural.
Oh, that was
Bad News Bears, of course. I mean, that's kind of a nostalgia.
Friday Night Lights. Did you ever read that book?
Yes, I did actually.
I'm not trying to be funny. How long did it take you?
It's all about high school football.
It took me
in
about
Texas, and
2 days to read it.
Yeah, and since I moved
and that came
from
out years
Dallas,
before the movie. Years before.
I actually like the book way better than the movie. I thought the movie was.
When I was at the movie, I was trying not to give it away to my friends because I knew what happened at the end.
Right.
I knew that they didn't win it that year. But anyway, sorry, spoiler alert.
Another good one. I don't know if they have listed is Seabiscuit is a good one because me and my dad own racehorses.
Well, Secretariat too.
Secretariat
I like
too.
that. I like Seabiscuit, but that Secretariat was a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, The Rookie, that was good. Remember
Yes.
the first time? Remember how old was he when he finally got his
I think
start?
41, 42, yeah. Throwing 96.
North Dallas 40. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Invincible was actually pretty good,
Yes,
too.
even though I can't stand the Eagles, yes.
Yeah, either can I.
Oh, We Are Marshall. Matthew McConaughey was great
He was
in that.
really good. See, there's a lot that I kind of forget. Glory Road, that was good, too.
Oh,
Texas
yes.
Tech, yeah, that was good.
Yes, Texas El Paso. The Mighty Miners. 42. Oh, The Express. That was
that was good,
based
too.
on a true story. Yeah, see, we're sports junkies. Back to the action. 38-2.
I know, because I just kind of feel
15
like
to
I knew I was
score.
going to
I know.
forget about. Oh, there's your Varsity Blues.
That's cheesy, but yes. Oh, 60. Billy Crystal did a great job
that was
with
good.
that.
Ollie. There's a lot, actually.
It is tough to pick when you have to narrow it down to 5.
I also like it's kind of a rom-com, but no, actually it wasn't a rom-com. It was kind of romantic. It was called it's Kevin Costner, For Love of the Game.
Oh, For Love of the Game with Kelly Preston.
Tell me that wasn't a good one, though. I know it was kind of like sad, but it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It was.
Because I love Kevin Costner.
He's had some. I mean, Bull Durham again. Some of your classic lines when they're at the mountain meeting about everything that's going wrong, and it's the comedy. That's why I think coaches, even in basketball and stuff. I mean, and you've been around, but basketball, like sometimes you call a timeout in any sport, just be like, yeah, so. Guys thinking about what you're doing after the game, like I mean, just to break up the monotony. Something's going really bad. It's like, well, this one's over. But
but Hoosiers, I think it has to be number one for everyone, right? If you're a real sports junkie, right? Don't you think?
I mean, it was so well done, and you know that scene.
And when
too,
it's on, I'll always you catch it, I'll watch it
over
again.
You can't change it. That when he hit when Gene Hackman came out to talk to Jimmy. And they said they got that in one take, and he said it wasn't like edited together. He didn't miss a free throw. Once when they said cut, it was the first free throw he missed. But he literally made all those free throws when Gene Hackman was talking to him.
Wow,
They
really?
did it behind the scenes.
Who was the actor who plays the drunk father?
Oh, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
How good was he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, again,
That
yeah.
movie's so good.
Yeah, Hoosiers will always be an all-time classic. What about Slapshot? We forgot. You thought about comedies.
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna put Caddyshack, people will always love. I mean, that
I know,
movie,
but I would never pick Caddyshack
Caddyshack.
even in my top 10.
Wow, well, I could see it. I could see it. Ooh, a little foul there. We get a little contact. See,
Goal 5. He's still out of
a
control.
little smiling.
He's still out of control. Goal 5, offensive.
And besides,
Yeah, somebody can't keep their team in control. They're fouling all over the place, playing hack ball over here.
what is Team X? What sponsor is that?
Oh,
Or is it just
no, Advocare is the basketball sponsor. Like
the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah, so for
And then Enterprise.
for rugby, it was First Nation
Okay.
was sponsoring rugby. USAA is our technology. USAA is
They're great.
the official media and technology
Yeah.
sponsor. So yeah, great
They
to have
were a
them
sponsor
aboard.
of our game yesterday too.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
I know. I was here courtside.
That's right.
I was,
They were
I was
really
doing
good.
it. I was
And then
trying to talk you up.
and
I was like,
Brett-
she's got it.
And Brett Favre, he was here. Brett Favre. I always say
Yeah,
his
I
name
know,
like that just
everybody,
because
yeah.
of
When you see it
something
spelled,
about
you're like,
Mary.
yeah. Oh, what,
That's where I get
what
it
the hell
from.
is?
Remember?
Yeah, what the hell's Brett Favre doing here?
Yeah. And then remember he goes Brett Favre.
Yeah. See, sports, guys. What about Space Jam?
Oh,
Younger when that came
they're
out.
doing
Yes,
it. I love
I'm
Space Jam, but
against
I'm
that. I'm
against
sorry.
the new one.
You are so. Look, I have
like
sisters.
LeBron, you're not going
I-
to ever be MJ.
I
Stop
have
trying
sisters,
to
and
be
it is
him.
tough to boost your women's egos, but you are awesome. Like, seriously. Like, I have
But you
sisters.
agree they shouldn't do
no,
another one?
they shouldn't. No.
You can't redo Space Jam. And these millennials and younger kids, they don't know who Bugs Bunny is.
Well,
Tell me the last
Elmo's
time-
a poser.
Wait,
Elmo.
but isn't it all supposed to be all of?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like,
Because
I
I
don't know
think
who they're gonna
that
include.
because they're going to have it all be the Looney Tunes, but they don't play
Right.
that anymore. Am I right, Michael? They
Yeah.
don't, or am I wrong? Do they
There
play
should-
Looney Tunes on cartoons on Saturday mornings anymore? Because I haven't seen it. So I don't even think those kids will even know who Bugs Bunny is.
Yeah, they're watching their iPads and this, but they
Right.
watch Sesame. No, they still like Sesame Street.
Well,
but
Sesame Street, but
everybody,
I don't think Looney Tunes is there
right,
anymore. So
right.
I just don't.
well, Cartoon Network has them.
do you think
Kids
those-
watch.
do you think-
No, there are kids that watch Cartoon
So
Network.
they still do.
Some, yes, some.
But it's not like our era, is what
No,
I'm saying.
oh,
where
you were-
like
you were stoked
Bugs
to wake up
Bunny
Saturday morning
and
and
Tasmanian Devil
Speedy
and
Gonzales.
Best
ever.
Sylvester,
Oh yeah. But yeah, so
So-
Elmo getting to Sesame Street. This is funny because one of my best friends, his daughter, when she was about 5, and I was like, look, it's okay to like Elmo, but I just have to tell you something. Being your uncle, I gotta be honest. I go, Elmo's a poser. He's not Cookie Monster.
Well,
he's
he's
not
not- and he-
Oscar.
and
He
he-
wasn't
and
an
he wasn't
original
the
character.
original Sesame
He wasn't an
Street,
original.
no.
I go, watch the Sesame Street Christmas, and you'll see there was no Elmo.
Oscar the
back in
Grouch,
day.
he's not part of-
Oscar.
he's not
Love
part of-
Oscar.
he's not part of the crew.
Big Bird, Snuffleupagus.
But he's like super popular, Elmo.
Oh well, yeah, because they marketed him.
Tickle
and then
Me,
Tickle-
remember?
yeah.
That's what
Oh,
took
yeah.
off.
But either way, I mean, Elmo's great. He teaches the kids. I'm all for it. But he's not an
I like
original
him,
Sesame
even
Street
though his
character.
voice gets annoying.
Yes, Cookie Monster's the best. Oh,
Yeah. And Count.
Count.
He was
Count.
he was my favorite.
yes. Today, number 4. Yeah. I know. Bad imitations, but
I don't know.
38-15.
I'd rather be a kid when we grew up than now.
Oh,
Because I just don't
absolutely.
think there's any I don't know. There's something different.
Technology is great, but it's so funny
Yeah,
when
it's just
like
too much,
and
though,
going
I
outside to play
personally
too. Like if we stayed inside, like I said, I have a huge
Oh
time. My mom made us
gosh.
clean.
And I always
like, we
knew
were
when to
cleaning.
come home because when the street
Yeah.
lights came
Oh,
on.
I would stay out until then because if we
Oh,
came home
'cause
before
I-
dinner, we
see,
saw to
us,
clean.
when the street lights came on, we had to go in.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would stay out until that very last second.
Oh, same with me.
Because if we were inside, we were cleaning.
But it was so fun being a kid back then. You
yeah.
actually played sports. You were outside. You were riding your bikes. You were like, I don't know.
know.
It's kind of like,
Yeah, we'd ride
like Stand
to the
By
park.
Me, the movie,
Oh, that's the
or
best.
Sandlot. That's another good one.
Sandlot. Oh, how do we? Yeah,
That's another
yeah,
good one,
that's
Sandlot.
one like Hoosiers. If it's on, I don't switch.
Yeah. But nowadays, do these kids even know, I don't know, how to play outside?
Yeah, it's and but again, I'm
And
not
I was
going to get
growing
into a
up,
parenting soapbox.
everyone's driveway and garage had the basketball hoop. Do you
Yeah,
remember? When's the last time you saw that?
Oh yeah.
Never.
Or on the corner, yeah, or like on
Or in the corner of the
like
court,
somebody-
if you lived in the court.
Yeah, somebody, would sit there and like go hoops in the corner.
Well,
yeah,
we had
and,
ours-
and
we
even
had
if they
ours in our
weren't there, the
driveway.
parents were like, "Yeah, go ahead, shoot hoops." Like we didn't have one in in our front yard, but I was like, my friends was like, yeah, you can come over. So I would just go down to their house and like shoot hoops. Parents would be like, hey, how's it going? Everything good? Want to come in? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh no, headed home for dinner.
Yeah.
But I'm like, thanks. They're like, yeah, no, shoot anytime. That's what it's there for.
Right. But it's like, yeah, now kids, they don't like to go outside and play. And I just think it's weird.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on that one. But hey, parenting soapbox from Bonnie, Jill, and I, as we tell you, get your kids. No, but like I said, we stayed inside long enough. My
I was
mom was
into
like, you're
kids being
cleaning something.
active, you know.
You're right, exactly. That's why I like the. Well, you know what, and. Now, like, I mean, if they're inside, instead of playing sit-down games, like, I mean, like the Wii did it first, but then, like, the Xbox, the Active, like,
yeah,
you have to run and do it.
and I'm all into playing games, and mine were board
you
games.
have to, yeah, oh yeah, but you have to actually do it. Like, if you play track and like on the Xbox, I play my friend's kid in track and field all the time. Like, you're running and jumping for the hurdles and the long jump, so you actually have to do it because it picks you up on the sensor. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, board games. What do you? Monopoly, Payday, Clue.
Do you remember a game called Life?
Oh, Mike, we play that all the time.
And mine, one of my Hungry Hippos, when you go like that.
Yeah, Hungry. Yeah.
Or I think it was called Mr. Mouth, and he would go in a circle, and you'd have to get chips into his mouth.
Hungry Hippo. It's funny how parents said that game was lost after one day. We can't find it. It was hidden for like 3 weeks because.
But those games were so fun. Right. Remember
Clue.
Operation?
Clue. Operation.
When
I love it. Yeah. Oh, you could never get it on the
bone.
first try. Yeah. Yeah.
Clue was great too.
Oh.
And then I used to love Uno.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
How can one not enjoy Uno?
I think I still have an Uno game. Oh my gosh, is that guy okay?
No. It looks okay. It looks like he just falling out of the chair.
I got
I was across the court. We're looking across the court, but
somebody fell out of their chair, but he's fine.
Four and a half left to go. 38-17. The Enterprise, the gold team, leading over Team X in the white jersey. Oh, as that goes out of bounds, and it'll be stay with Team White as Michael Thomas comes over to pick it up. Everybody getting set up down low, and again, like I said, we've been talking about. You watch the way they play defense again. You know, usually you want to obviously square your defender up, but they'll get an angle, cut angles off.
Right.
Shot goes up there, isn't good, but man, they. Oh, Celtic Pride was a cheesy basketball movie. Did you ever see that one?
Oh yeah.
That was funny. Turnover there. Ooh, and look at that coming in. That's number 3, Carl Morgan.
If you go by comedies, and we're talking about Will Ferrell, like Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights.
Or remember Blades of Glory?
Semi-Pro.
Oh, Semi-Pro. It was
Semi-Pro.
hilarious. The Tropic Thunder. They were called the Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Jackie Moon, owner, player, starter, best player on the team, coach.
And then also Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby.
Talladega. Oh. Yes.
I'm a big Will Ferrell fan.
How can you not be? Like people, I get everybody's got different tastes.
People say they don't think he's funny. Some people don't think he's funny.
Think he's funny. I've heard that.
Oh my God!
Like Adam Sandler as well. Like his.
There's something about Will Ferrell. It's his delivery. He could say anything, and I'll think he's funny.
Yeah. I don't see how like taking to film with him like the outtakes from Anchorman. Well, him and Christina Applegate. Like,
and did you know that a lot of the times in his movies, a lot of it's like just
ad-lib?
Yeah, and that's what makes it hilarious.
Oh yeah,
because you just like.
Yeah, him and Adam McKay have a great partnership because I've noticed that like in a lot of the movies, him and Adam McKay actually like write the screenplay.
Right.
So him and it is about delivery, but like. I mean, even in Wedding Crashers, the meatloaf. I mean, how many times have you heard that since then?
Yes, and you always say it just because it's so funny and stupid, right?
Yeah.
And his expressions.
Yeah,
he just will be like, I don't know. He just says.
Jeremy's getting married? What an idiot. Thank you. Like.
Yeah, and him and Step Brothers. Please tell me Step Brothers.
We just watched that.
The
John
best.
C. Yeah.
Oh my God, you have a voice of an angel.
You just saying that? Are you? No, that is the voice of an angel. And then when he did, I
was gonna say something about the drum set, but I can't.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I was just about to say you stay away from the drum set. As Mike Danik, our director, is looking at us like you better not say anything about the drum set.
But anyone who sees it knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, this broadcast will be ending about 3 minutes and 10 seconds early if that happened.
Did we just become best friends?
Because of Instagram, yes, Bonnie Joe, we did. Thank you. Yes.
No, that's a great. It makes you want to watch a Will Ferrell movie right now.
Oh. And he did a thing in spring training in Arizona
Yes.
where he went to
All the
things
teams
and
in
played
Arizona,
in one
yeah.
day. Yeah, it was they did a
pretty
documentary.
funny.
Yeah, he was. I didn't get to see him. I was kind of bummed because didn't go to a game that day, and I was like, oh man. And then I actually was working. I was out of town when he did it too. I was
But
like,
it's
oh.
funny, and he's like kicking dirt, and
Yeah.
like he was playing it up.
He is just.
And then remember there was a the guy? Is it there was a show on HBO, and he was like the car salesman, but it was Danny.
Oh yeah,
about the pitcher. who's
Eastbound
going-
and Down.
Thank you.
Yeah, my friend was.
Tell me that was pretty funny.
I've seen quite a few episodes. I know everyone I saw was hilarious.
Because they were kind of trying to emulate like Brian Wilson
Brian
a little
Wilson.
bit,
and he tried to get back in baseball.
And
He never was.
It was just funny though, right? And then he's like, pitching in like Mexico, and there's like chickens and like roosters on
Yes.
the field.
I saw that episode, and he's like,
I don't know. What is that guy's name?
Danny McBride.
Danny
right?
McBride.
Danny
Thank you.
McBride.
He's funny too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. Again, you see these even like
Eastbound
the
and
original
Down,
Longest
that's good.
Yard.
Oh yeah.
With Burt, and I did like the remake. I think Sandler and them they did a pretty good job.
They
Chris
did.
Rock, but the original, I mean Burt Reynolds, the original
but the
Longest
originals,
Yard.
I always like originals better though.
Yeah. Ooh, the
Ooh.
shot goes up. Ooh, Tip almost hitting the three. James Tipton, and one of our and a few Air Force vets in the game. As there is Orlinda Marquez, and she was in the Army as well. Army engineer, she was telling me too. She's in. I go, oh, so you really had the job. They were dependent on you for that, because well, that's going as we get a foul there. But yeah, just to hear their again stories and like I said, jokes I can't repeat on air. But yeah, I mean.
And then if you go to military, there's God, I love all military movies. I don't think there's like a war movie I haven't seen.
Yeah. Well, Full Metal Jacket, that opening scene is my most favorite
And
because
he just passed away.
I know. I was
like,
going to say that's so
a couple
sad.
months ago.
Yeah. But he had literally been out of the Marine Corps for maybe less than. But he was a drill instructor.
He really was. I know.
Didn't. And when I read that when it came out, it was so funny.
I don't know if people knew
he didn't
that.
even have to. It's like because Francis Ford Coppola directed, or no, who directed? Whoever directed it said, "Yeah."
I think you're right. I think it was
goes,
Coppola.
He goes, "Yeah, I didn't have to tell him." I said, "Yeah,
just do you.
Do you
Yeah.
what you've done in the mill?" And and it's funny because I've had friends that are Marine vets, and they're like,
spot on.
"It's not far off,"
Yeah.
and especially he did it for years, and back then I guess when you could
When they
obviously
get this
talk to the
close and
recruits
they're,
by
like,
then,
spinning and
yeah.
Did you see Hacksaw Ridge?
Yes.
That's a great
Yes.
talk about World War II. That was a great movie.
mean, Saving Private
true
Ryan.
story.
Saving
Private Ryan's like, I love that movie, but I can't see it. We'll keep watching it because there's just some of the scenes, like with the mother when the cars come up the road and she already lost one son, she knows another one. I'm like, I can't watch that.
I know. Fury. Did you see
Oh,
Fury?
that was good with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
The tankers. Yeah,
Well, and did
that
you
was
know with Platoon
good. Yeah.
that I didn't realize this because Johnny Depp was in that and he had some scenes, but they actually cut. Oh no, Stanley Kubrick did Full Metal Jacket. That just came to my head.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, but for Platoon, like Charlie Sheen being in the lead, but they were saying that Johnny Depp stole so many scenes, not purposely, but just the way he was, that actually ended up on the cutting room floor because they
Really?
didn't want to take away. Not that Charlie Sheen was bad; he was great in that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Platoon
That's
too is one of my
interesting,
Forrest Gump. I mean,
And then Lone Survivor.
oh.
Because I'm very good friends with Luttrell, so.
Oh, really?
With Marcus,
Nice.
Yeah, and Melanie, his wife. So that movie was very right on too.
yeah.
But yeah, there's so
American
many. Did you see-
Sniper.
Oh God.
Well, I read the book before it
With
came
Kyle,
out.
so did I.
Taya Kyle, I
Yeah.
have reached out to her, and I know she's obviously does so
I know
much. Like you
Taya,
said,
yeah.
I've reached out to her, and like her.
She's a wonderful speaker too.
I've been trying to get her on my radio show.
Oh,
I've reached
really?
out every few months because the whole thing with the anthem about the NFL, and I'm not getting the political side of it. And what they again, and I can understand. You have the right to protest, and I've heard military
But I
vets last
personally
year.
don't think it's a place for it.
Right.
That's
I
just
don't
my
either.
opinion.
I don't either. Right. And as an opinion, I don't. But I'm just saying.
If you don't stand
you
and
listen-
put your hand over your heart, that's just me.
Yeah,
you know?
no, and my grandpa, believe me, one time I was
mean,
just
I
saying
get,
two
like-
words to my sister when it started, and I was finishing speaking, and I got the look, and I never ever said a word again.
Yeah, you stand
Like,
and
yeah.
you respect, and so I don't. I'm not a fan of that. To do that
Right.
there.
And you know what? And to hear military members, whether it be vets or saying, well, we fought, that's their First Amendment
Yeah,
right,
but
we
I've
don't
ended
agree
up
with
doing
it.
research on that, and there's a lot of veterans who said they that they were okay with that. They weren't combat veterans, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Which
Gotcha.
do you know what I mean by
no,
that?
No.
So they didn't see combat, so it's a little different. That's what I'm
It is.
saying.
No, absolutely.
And I'm not taking anything away, but I'm just saying
Right.
the veterans that did say that they were okay with people, with these players protesting and kneeling, a lot of them weren't
Right.
combat veterans.
And
Do you know what I mean by that, right? So it's a little
Yes.
different
Oh, yeah,
because they
absolutely.
didn't see war.
Right. No, and it is. Final few seconds.
When
40.
some of these guys saw their
Right.
brothers in arms, actually get killed in action,
Right.
it's a whole different thing
It is,
when
yeah,
you're
it's-
not gonna when you're not gonna stand.
Having
That's my
having heard some of the stories I have, and like talking with and being around. I mean, not even just here, but in general. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I've reached out to Taya, so hopefully one day I can make it happen. Because I know she's got an insane schedule and she does it.
Well, because
but-
the Patriot Tour, and so
No,
they go all
I
over.
know.
and-
Oh, I know. My show's on Saturday, so I said anytime. I even record it beforehand because I could get it
Yeah,
recorded.
she would be
but yeah,
amazing.
So but just reading that story and again,
Now that
these
everyone
guys,
knows what we like about our movies and
exactly.
our other.
40-17 though, as Team Gold takes it over Team
Well, that
White.
was fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it was awesome, and throw me under the bus, Sean. But that's okay. I'll let you because now I'm Instagram savvy, not
And
just
now
Facebook
yeah,
savvy.
exactly.
Now,
yeah.
if you turn something on, it works. It's so weird how that works. But yes, NVWG, thank you so much, obviously, for sponsoring basketball. Well, we're going to step aside. We're going to have another game on this court. Unfortunately, I don't know which two teams because 3 courts simultaneously, but I know the Gold team's playing back-to-back, so they might be on the court again. But the 38th National Veteran Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Department of Veteran Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. So for Brian Joe Laughlin, I'm Michael Caratinudo, for Mike Danik, and our awesome camera woman, Abby Hosey. We're going to get out of here, but we will have more action coming up here from the Orlando Convention Center, the 38th National Veterans Wheelchair Games.
So is that it?